Thank you. All right. Good morning, Hi Ten, George Realty. Good morning. It was a wonderful Monday morning. I hope you had a nice weekend. Weather was kind of hot, I guess, but it's good weather to do the door knocking and marketing. But as you know that the Fed stayed the interest rates, believe it or not.
Yeah.
I was longly anticipated because of everything that's going on, the war, the inflations, and all that. And the interest rate because of the war, it jumped up to 6.5 now. So it's a little tougher for the first time buyers. But nevertheless, we see some activities. The real estate activities gone up a little bit
Hmm.
because of the season. This season for real estate is like March to October. So this is a really good month for us. So this is the time that we should rev up our engines and go out and do whatever we can. So don't get discouraged out there. Of course, the real estate is still a little bit slow, but there's no reason for you not to do anything. Okay. Now, as you know, that we have Tracy Shaw for our affiliate spotlight today. So, before that, I would like to introduce the other affiliates. Let's begin with John Wax. John,
Thank you,
good morning.
Peter.
How are you?
Thank you, Peter, Michelle, and High 10, George. Exciting times now, guys. John Wax with Snap NHD. Listen, this is the time to continue to reach out to your sphere of influence, whether it's going to be door knocking because the weather is wonderful. Take water with you if you're doing that. Whether you're texting people, whether you're making phone calls just to check in with people, this is the time to do it. One of the things I want to bring your attention to is in our reports, we have a tax section. And right now, you can use that tax section and our property tax estimator to reach out to your clients the last time they sold their, when they purchased their property, you can send them what the supplemental taxes are on the property. Just a reminder, a touch saying, here, this is something of value because you're going to be doing your taxes. I want to make sure that you know what your obligations are with the supplemental taxes and also what the property taxes are going to be looking like on that property. Does everyone know what ad valorem is? We were talking about that in our rep talk today, and not everyone knew. Ad valorem is the of value tax.
Hmm.
And in our reports, since we don't know what the property is being sold when you order your reports, it's based on the last time it was sold. And it will give you, our tax estimator will give you 1 to 2 supplemental taxes. If it's up to May, January to May, you'll get 2 supplemental taxes. After May, you'll get 1 supplemental tax, and both you'll get the full tax for next year based on that price. So I just want to let you know it does have Pace Hero in there, and it highlights Melrose and 1915 bonds. Because why? Because those have senior lien authority, and they can institute foreclosure proceedings within 90 days after close of escrow. It's not like property taxes. These are they have senior lien authority, and they can go after collecting on those. The other thing is don't be a secret agent. Wear your badges when you're out there. Have your cards, your pens, your appropriate documents, because you never know where the next deal is coming from. I know we have a wonderful speaker, so that'll be it. And I'll put my information in the chat. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, John. Hey, John, you mean that we can ascertain the supplemental tax ahead of time?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
As long as you know
And
what the
it's pretty
price is.
accurate?
Yeah,
Uh, oh,
it's,
okay.
it's based on the assessor's office.
Right.
Reach it at the top of our page of our website. It says estimator. Click on that. Just follow the prompts. We don't know the address, and put in the price that it's selling for, and it will
Mm.
give you based on what month it's estimated to close.
Oh, I see, I see.
And you
Okay.
can print it and you can send it to your clients.
Oh, that's pretty good. Pretty good information.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. All right. Next, we have Nicole Manat from Fidelity National.
Good morning.
Morning.
Happy Monday. Welcome to a new week. Thank you, Peter and Michelle, for this time to join all of you. As you know, spring is here, and Peter said spring and summer are the best time for you to capture those listings. And for those of you that are hosting open houses for your listings or for other agents, remember within our Fidelity Agent app, you have the ability to calculate buyer estimated costs. It brings in the tax amount as well if you enter the property address. You can also create seller net sheets, but there are geo reports in there. So you can have these reports on hand when you're hosting an open house. And this is something that I'm going to share in my training class next month. So I just wanted to remind you, if you have questions, I'm going to put my information in the chat. I'm always here to support you and help you and guide you. Nicole Menard, Fidelity National Title. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you, Nicole. Yeah, you always have good information. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, next we have Sandy Franco from First American Home Warranty.
Good morning, everyone.
Sandy,
Peter
good
was right.
morning.
This is your selling season. I would say April through December, because actually December is a pretty good month too, because people got to get out of town before the end of the year when they have to sell. So the weather is beautiful and it's nicer this week, a little cooler. If you need the door hangers, if you need the baggies, I've got them. I'm coming by tomorrow afternoon. I'm going to put my info in chat. Text me if you need something, and I will make sure that I drop them off. And if you're not at the office, I'll leave them at the front desk with your name on it. If you don't have the right tools, you can't be successful, right? Carpenters have saws, plumbers have wrenches. Just saying, if you don't have the tools to be successful, it's very hard to be successful. Lean on your affiliates. We're here for a reason. We can all help you with whatever part we can. And we all just want you to be as successful as possible, right? So I'll drop my info into chat. Again, if you need anything, I'll be there tomorrow afternoon. I can drop them off. Have a great day.
Thank you, Sandy. So your other Eagles are not here today, huh?
I don't fly solo well. Where are my Eagles?
Okay. All right. Michelle, do we have anyone in the training room?
No affiliates.
No affiliates. Okay. All right. In that case, we'll go to Tracy Shaw, which is our affiliate spotlight today. Tracy, good morning.
Morning, Peter. Morning, Michelle. Morning, everyone from High-Tech Realty. Michelle, can I share my screen with everyone?
Sure, I made you a co-host.
Okay, all right. Let me do it now. Okay. Okay, all right. So everyone can see my screen right now, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So thank you, Peter. Thank you, Michelle, and hi everyone. It was nice to see everyone last Friday. It was such a great spring get together. And like everyone mentioned earlier, spring is the best time to getting us prepared for the entire year. And today, what I will share with all the agents is how to sharpen our skills when we are preparing for the client. And what I'm going to talk about the topic is the agent's roadmap from first showing to closing with lenders integration. First, I do want to talk a little bit about the interest rate because I know everybody want to have an update, and all the buyers, they always ask that. The interest rate was very good like a few weeks ago. It was like 5.625, 0 point for 30-year fixed. However, due to the war, the ongoing war now, it does went up to 6.125 at best scenario right now for 30 years fixed. So it is a little bit slow, the entire market, because of a lot of uncertainties, but it's not it's out of our control. So what we can do is we sharpen our own skills and we do every step with our best effort. So without any other without the interest rate, like I already shared the interest rate, and now we're gonna talk about how to sharpen our skills from start to finish. First, I'm gonna talk about prep like a pro, early buyer qualification questions, and I'll also share some compliance-friendly tools that agents can use on the go. Second, I will talk about perfect handshake moment, when to bring in the lender, and a go-to line. Third, safe talk, strong offers, what to say to build trust, and how lenders strengthen offers. Next, follow through on financing, how to check in post-offer, ensure the lender stays on track, and keep momentum to closing. And last, I also offer opportunities like we can work together for open house. Prep like a pro, early buyer qualifications, compliance-friendly tools. So we always wanted to find out first, what is the budget for the buyer? Have they spoke with a lender about pre-approval? And a lot of clients, they feel a little bit like some of the client, especially Asian client, they feel a little bit like intimidated to share a lot of financial situations, you know, or like they don't want to share a lot at the beginning. So I created this QR code for agents can take a pictures. I have there's 3 QR code right here. In the middle, it says mortgage pre-approval inquiry form. On the right-hand side, it is written in Chinese. It's the same thing. It's a mortgage pre-approval inquiry form. And the left one is mortgage calculator. So we can try this QR code right now. Whoever, you know, you can use your, like all of us can use our cell phone right now. Just scan the QR code so you can take a look. So if we scan the QR code right now, let me see if I could share this screen with you of how does this look. Michelle, so is there a way that I could share I cannot share what is on my cell phone here, right?
Right, okay.
Okay, so if you scan this QR code, basically what it will show on the, okay, I'll just show it right here. So it will have a form to let the client fill up their basic information, and I have some questions asking about their employment status, their income range, like if they are buying it for primary resident, for investment property, and some basic information. So instead of sharing with real estate agent, because sometimes they don't want to talk about too much about their employment, you could share this QR code with them, and if I receive any information, and I also have a field talking, like they can fill in who their agent is. So when I get the information, I'll contact the client, and I always refer back to the agent. So we will keep a streamlined process. And for the first one, it's a mortgage calculator. I mean, for whenever a buyer wants to, whenever we as agent, we are helping the buyer, we also want to make sure they know what they are paying for every month. And sometimes buyer, they ask agents as well. They want to know, oh, what are their obligations? And agents can share this QR code, and you could use it on the go too. Once you scan it, you just put in the purchase price, the down payment, the loan amount. And like I said, today, the interest rate is around 6.125. You could always ask me, or you could just put like an estimated, and it will calculate the monthly payment, and you can share with your client. Because sometimes I know clients when you guys are showing houses, they wanted to know how much is it. So I think this QR code is very easy to save, and you just click on your phone and it will bring you to the link. So when to bring in the lender, a go-to line, because we don't want to waste the client's time. We don't want to waste our own time. We want to make things moving forward to find out what they really want, and to find out what they really want and how much they can afford. Sometimes it's two different things. People think that, oh, maybe I only when I buy a certain house, I only pay a certain amount, but they forgot to calculate the property tax and a lot of things. And sometimes clients, they don't know, they thought they can afford to a certain amount, or they thought they can afford a certain amount of the loan amount, but they cannot, or maybe they can afford to a lot higher. So this is when we come in as lender. My duty is to help agents to get the client's mind clarified, and they know how much they really can be, like how much they really can afford. So last week, what I did with another agent is that this agent, he was working with a client for a while. And this client, he has showed this client like properties from different price range. And the client seems very interested, but she never made an effort. So we met together, like me and the buyer and the agent, we met together and we talk about what is the real reason she wants to buy. What is the reason behind she needs to move, and what are holding her back. So we break down a few factors. So this client, she has a lot of money, but she needs to reserve some of the money for her investment, because she is a freelancer right now. She needs the money to make money. So we were able to break it down, and we actually narrowed the price range. So originally she was looking at a house around 800,000. After we had this meeting all together, we narrow it down. So, and I will calculate what she is really comfortable with. And at the end of this meeting, what we were able to do, like me and the agent with all the calculation, and we find out all the reason. So we narrow down for the purchase price from 650,000 to 750,000. So what this agent did is that she, after showing for a few times, if the client, they are not very motivated, and the agent was giving a suggestion like, oh, maybe we can meet with Tracy together, and we will see, like we'll put down all the calculation in front of her. So my suggestion for agents as well is that when you see, when you show a client for a few times already, and they are not very motivated for putting down an offer, there might be something that is holding them back. So it might be financial reasons. So I do not mind, like I can meet with you and the client together to dig out the real reason and calculate everything for them, so we can really help with the client. So how can you initiate that? You could like after a few like showings, you can tell them, I would love to introduce you to our trusted lender who can ensure your financing is on track. Shall we set up a quick connection, and I can contact them directly? Or sometimes like last week, what we did, like we just meet in person, and a buyer felt very appreciated as well, and they know that they have a team to support them, not just the house part, but also we care about how much like they are going to pay, because that's what they going to that's a big obligation. I mean, that is a big responsibility. It's a long-term responsibility. And it is our duty and our responsibility to make sure the client is totally prepared. Why this matters? Okay, I already talked about. Okay, so early lender involvement strengthens offers and helps avoid surprises later. Buyer builds confidence with immediate financing clarity. So next one, follow up, keeping financing on track. Set up a regular checking, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, depending on the transaction pace. Like I mentioned earlier, if we can do a meeting together, we will not just find out the real reason, we'll find out the financial payment for what they're gonna pay later. We also will find out what are their timelines and what kind of loan program do they have. And once I have all the information, I have like a basic, like a regular email alert going out. And let's say if I have a potential buyer, Michelle, and Michelle's agent is John, and I will put Michelle's information in my system. I have a client relationship management system, and I will also put John, her realtor, as affiliate marketing. So whenever I send out something, like we have email going out for potential like clients, and it just shares like information, useful information for people who is looking for a house. And when my email goes out, Michelle will receive not just my information, but also John's information. So we keep reminding the client. This doesn't sound like very like something like high tech or some like surprising things, or some very advanced marketing tool. However, this really works because I have been doing this for a few years. I cannot even share with you how good this is, because I always have referral business and client refer their client because they saw my email. When I go out, the email goes out, it goes out like all my database. And a lot of times when I send out the email in the morning, in the afternoon, somebody called me or somebody emailed me. They said, oh, because you sent me this, oh, can I refer you to my friend? So it is a very powerful tool, and I share this with my business partner, real estate agent as well. So the next one, safe talk, strong offer, building trust with lender support. Build trust through clear communication. Reassure buyer, our lender is already on standby to support your offer. Provide a script. We have financing confidence, so we can move fast. Lender strengthen the offer. Highlight pre-approval or lender commitment to speed. Mention we can confirm readiness to close quickly. Always check with lender on the timeline. So once we get the client pre-approved, I always keep the real estate agent to be informed what kind of program we are doing for this client. I always request for all the document we need. So for a lot of program, we can actually close very fast. The fastest escrow for me, my personal record, is 11 days for jumbo loan. The reason behind this is because we prepared very well. Like we got everything to go. We got everything ready to go. So the agent was able to put on a very strong offer because we have confidence, we have reviewed everything. And we also informed client, like, if you do not quit your job, you do not suddenly buy a car, you do not suddenly own a lot of debt, there will be no surprise for your loan. So pre-approval is not just to show the client how much they can afford, but we can also show like a strong offer, because we can shorten the escrow timeline. So follow through on financing, how to check in post-offer, ensure the lender stays on track, and help keep momentum to closing. Always we always remind the client when they are in escrow, if they want to do anything with their money, like big deposit, transfer money into escrow, always check with the lender before they make the move, because sometimes because the underwriter will ask for source of fund for all the large deposit, all the money going into escrow, and weekly checking calls. Conduct a 5-minute calls to confirm progress and identify any needs. We handle all the tasks, but sometimes the agent's push is crucial. If we don't need agents' help, we will try to contact everyone. But sometimes, because agents are representing the buyer, if we need help to rush anything, we'll also contact you guys. Unify weekly updates. Ensure weekly updates, including both clients and agents, our fight to make sure we have a smooth finish, happy clients, and everyone aligned across to the finish line. So we talked about what we can do after we find a buyer, right? From pre-approval, the initial meeting, to when we're going into escrow for the weekly update. How about we do something together to get more leads? What I have been doing is that I also host open house. I co-host open house with the agents together. And we were last year, I didn't co-host a lot, but during those open houses, we were able to convert client into buyers, and we closed quite a good amount of deals from the open house. There's a few benefits to co-host with a lender. First, like we work as a team, and when there's a lot of like buyers walking, like I can help with you guys. And another thing is that when we co-host open house, I will ask the client, oh, if you need a loan, I can help you with it. And a lot of times they will either share that, oh, they are all cash buyers. And I will share with the client, I will share with the agent. I'm like, okay, so they are all cash buyers. Or if they need to pre-approve, like I have been pre-approved clients at the open house, and we closed the deal for that open house. So partner for advanced open house. If we schedule, I personally normally I schedule like my weekends ahead of time, because I have 2 kids, so I spend time with them during weekends. But if we schedule ahead of time when my time allowed, I like to co-host open house with agents, and we can do the pre-approval on site and to attract like qualified buyers. And if the client they have any questions regarding any loans, I'm there to help as well. And we generate real leads, capture serious buyers already in the market, and turn open house visitors into pre-qualified prospects. So I will share my contact information and my WeChat QR code later. If anyone have open house coming up and wants to collaborate with me, please feel free to reach out to me. So action plans, turning open house into open escrow. Partner with listing agent or host to include our information and provide flyers, showcase our custom payment plan, highlight financing options that attract buyers' attention. Because we have a lot of different programs besides like full documentation. We have a lot of stated income program for self-employed buyers, for people who cannot who they don't have perfect reported tax return income. We have so many programs, and we also have bridge loan. So I can put everything on the flyer with the agent's information together to offer more solution for buyers to buy for the properties. So here are the loan programs we have. We have full documentation, stated income, 12 months business bank statement, hard money loan. Hard money loan, actually the interest rate, the most popular one is from 3 months to 6 months. The interest rate is only 8.99. And it is very popular for people who are relocating if they want to sell their current property and they want to buy another one. But if they sell their current primary, they don't have any place to live. So bridge loan is a very good tool. If they have like a bridge loan for 3 to 6 months, they should have enough time to sell their departing home after they bought their new primary. That concludes today's presentation, and thank you for the time here. Thank you for the time for me to share all this information. And if you guys have any questions or you need pre-approval for your client, feel free to reach me. Here is my contact phone number, my email, and this is my WeChat QR code. Please feel free to scan it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
Tracy. Appreciate that, his presentation.
Thank
Very
you.
informational. Okay, let's move on. Well, I would anybody in the training room, Michelle?
Yes, we have some
Family.
agents, but no affiliates.
No affiliate. Okay. All right. So, well, I would like to thank the people who came to our spring mixer party on Friday. It was quite a success. We have a lot of turnouts. And the food was good. And we have a lot of food, drink, and chit chat. So, very successful party. And for those who have missed it, sorry that you have missed it, and we'll see you next time. All right, now we do have a lunch and learn this Wednesday from Tracy by Stephen Genus. This is the Tracy is about the same thing as like the co-star, except in a little bit more smaller scale. But they are getting very popular, and I want you to get some information on the Tracy system. Is a lot cheaper than the co-star, and so if you thinking of having a good database for your practice and for commercial real estate practice, Tracy is probably the way to go. Okay, and we do have a Friday training today, right? I mean this week, right, Michelle?
Yes, I'm going to go over a couple of things that we're seeing some not big issues, but issues with just certain boxes on the BRBC and the contingency form when you have to have a contingency for somebody selling a property to buy a property. I need to go over some sections on that with you as well.
Very good. That's a very practical information. Hope you guys can make it. And then we have the CLE WIN class, which will start Wednesday, April the 1st, 2026. It will be a 10-week class. But you do have to register ahead of time. If you finish the class, and you will get a certificate certified by the commercial real estate of co-banker. And it will be very good because you can get into their platforms and get all the resources that they offer. So if you haven't taken it last year, this is another chance to take it. But as I said, you do have to register, and if you have trouble registering, talk to me or Michelle, and we'll get you started. Okay, we will be actually 2 weeks from today. I mean not today, from Wednesday. Sorry, April the 1st. Okay, All right. Any other announcement, Michelle?
No, not
Okay.
at all.
Okay, if not, can you tell us what's going on with the listing and the sales?
Sure. Oh, yeah, I do have one. Remember that we're going to be doing the new agent training, and that'll be at 1 p.m. on Wednesday, April 1st. So that gives you time to, if you're going to both, you can go to the 10 a.m. CRE Win class, but also new agent training. We'll be covering some forms like for the MLS input and things of that nature. So I hope you can make it. And then I will give you an update on the sales and closings from last week. 1522 Baldwin Avenue, number 5 in Arcadia. That was a condo sold by Camilla Vera. She was the selling agent. The price, open escrow is $615. 222 East Huntington Drive, number 211 in Monrovia. That is a commercial sale, and the listing agent is Alden Lai, and it's $671,000. 135 East Avenue 44 in Los Angeles. Listing agent is Juan, and that's an income property at 1.550. So congratulations on those new escrows. And a new listing is 419 North Chandler Avenue, number 618 in Monterey Park. Nina and Tatiana are the listing agents for $725,000. For the closed escrows last week, we had 594 Weir Way in Jurupa Valley. That's Richard Wang. That sale price was $1,065,000, and he got a referral fee on that, so that was wonderful. 222 East Huntington, number 211 in Monrovia. Alden Lai sold that commercial listing for $671,000. 5132 Crown in La Cañada, Flint Ridge, 1.760. Selling agent for that residential property was Helen Lee. And then we have some leases, some commercial leases. So we have 500 North Atlantic Boulevard, number 137 in Monterey Park. Shumei Cam represented both the landlord and the tenant. And that value was 1.366. 17851 Kalima Road, Unit B in City of Industry, represented by Shumei Cam, commercial unit for landlord and tenant. The value of that lease was $681,000. 17595 Almahurst, number 100, City of Industry. Shumei Cam represented the tenant and the landlord. The value of that lease was 1.359. So thank you all very much for all your effort. Appreciate it. Good week.
Very good. Thank you. Good job. All right. Any questions? Okay. If no questions, I would like to go to my sharing today, and it will be. Oops, what happened? Okay. It will be on the DLE update. As you know, the DLE give up a publication every quarter. So when after I read all those the publications, I will summarize some of the important ones and share with you. And for this one, I do have a couple of issues, important issues that I want to share with you. So let me see. Okay. Now the first issue is the continuing education for California with the licensees. As you know that starting at 2026, there are some changes in the requirement for the continuing education. Many they incorporate some of the interactive feature in the continuing CE classes, as well as the internal bias. And so they modify the requirement a little bit, and I want to go over that with you today. For salesmen renewing their license for the first time in 2026, they must complete the 45 hours of DRE approved CE, including the 4 separate 3-hour classes in ethics, agency, trust fund handling, and risk management. And then they have to take a 3-hour course in fair housing with interactive component where you can role play as both a consumer and a real estate professional. This is the new requirement. It used to be that we don't have that, but this is a new requirement for people who want to renew their license from now on. And then you have a 1-2 hour course in implicit bias training. This is also new. That we need to do that as the requirement. And then you have to have at least 18 hours of consumer protection courses, and then you can fulfill the requirement by completing the rest of the hours in order to comply with the 45 hours of continuing education. And for brokers, it will be a little bit different, not a lot of different, but a little bit different. They have to have 5 separate 3-hour course on ethics, agency, trust fund handling, and risk management and supervision. And then they have to have 1 3-hour course on fair housing with interactive components, where you can role play as both a consumer and a real estate professional. And then 1 2-hour course on implicit bias training, and at least 18 hours of consumer protection courses, and the rest of the hours can be spent on either consumer service or consumer protection classes. And from all the licenses for subsequent license renewal must complete 45 hours of DLE approved CE, including 9 hours of CE survey class covering the ethic, agency, trust fund handling, risk management, and supervision, fair housing, and implicit bias training. Or they can do individual classes in each of those categories, Then at least 18 hours of consumer protection classes, and the rest of the hour can be spent in either the consumer service or consumer protection courses. So those are the requirements, and you can get that information either from your board, local board, or you can get it from the real estate school that you usually go to get the continuing education classes. Okay. Another issue that I want to talk to you and share with you today is the artificial intelligence in California real estate. Now, this is the big thing nowadays, because this is something very new in the Department of Real Estate, Department of Real Estate. So it takes it very seriously, because a lot of things that it has to be modify in order to fit into the policy and rules and regulations, and so it's going to change the real estate practice a lot, as you know that it's going to replace a lot of jobs too, like it or not, but it's supposed to be very productive, and it's much easier to use, and it will help you a lot in terms of a lot of things that which you used to do, spend a lot of hours doing it, and now you can do it very quickly. Now, what is artificial intelligence? Actually, that is such similar to mimicking the human intelligence by robots, and so those artificial intelligence, we can perform complex tasks such as writing, learning, reasoning, then problem solving, perceptions, and decision making. There are 3 levels of artificial intelligence. The lowest level is the narrow AI, which is specialized for one task, to a generative AI, which is capable of creating new content, to agentic AI, which is able to do the execution of those the works that without much human supervision. Now, the common use of AI in real estate include the marketing, advertising, drafting up the listing, the description, generate social media content, and create promotional materials. And also they can do lead generation and getting marketing and using the AI to generate a lot of data for you. And also for comms, doing the property evaluation and market analysis. And also they can do the supporting transaction and document reviews, summarizing documents, tracking deadlines, and identifying potential errors or non-compliance, similar to the SkyScope that we use. And the AI can do it much quicker, much more efficient, and much more thorough. But you still have to supervise it, okay? And the other thing that they can do is the property management, for screening tenants and to do the rent optimization and the maintenance prediction. And the last thing they can do is the mortgage servicing, using the use of dollar things that Tracy Shaw just mentioned that she can do it for you. And they can simplify the process a lot better and do the analytic and analyzing the borrower's needs, historic data, and all that things. Okay, so all the AIs are very, very useful, but you have to know how to use it. But just like any machine or any computer, garbage in, garbage out. So if you fit in a lot of garbage, they're going to kick out a lot of garbage for you too. So you have to manage it well. You have to do it discretionally. Okay, and also you have to comply with the legal and regulatory consideration. As you know, that the DRE does not license any robots to do the as a licensee. Okay, all the supervisory things that you still have to do it. The machine can only assist you and be your assistant, and all the ultimate responsibility still hinges on you being a real estate licensee. Okay, so and all the rules and regulations applies to the AI tool, especially for the unlicensed activity. You cannot you cannot use the robots to do the licensed activities because the robots is not licensed under DRE. So you have to be careful about that. And also legal and regulatory considerations. You have to apply. You still have to apply by the rules and regulations of the DRE, and also the professional ethics and all the things. And misrepresentation is a big thing with the AI because the information may not be 100% accurate, because they would just search the information and try to produce the approximate information that they can find, and those information may not be well organized, may not be really true, because there are a lot of other misinformation mixed together as well. So misrepresentation is a big thing. Yeah, and you ultimately has to be responsible for what is represented in the literature or in the documents. So you cannot blame the AI to have misrepresented you. Your buyer and seller are not going to go to the AI and make them responsible. They're going to make you responsible. And also you have to do this disclosure too. Make sure that you comply with statutory disclosure requirement and under the Business and Professional Code section 10140.6, and which mandates that licenses are required to include the name, license identification number, and responsible broker's identity and soliciting material. So even if you use the AI, you still have to comply with this disclosure requirement. And also the advertising, and if you're using digitally altered the images, you have to have the original image alongside with it, saying that, hey, this is just a reproduction of the or alter the picture of the original picture, and so that they can have a comparison. You cannot just have a digitally altered image all by itself. It has to either have an original one by its side, or you have to have a link that will link you to the website that contains the original pictures. So this is very important, that this is the new rule, and which we have talked about it before. And then another interesting or important issue is the fair housing and fair lending and discriminatory consideration. As you know, we have 26 categories of classes that you cannot discriminate against, and you have to be very careful with complying with this requirement, because any violations of any one of the categories, and you're subject to civil as well as criminal penalties. And especially the California Fair Employment and Housing, and then also the California Housing Financial Discrimination Act, and also the DRE state rules and regulation. You have to apply by all of the requirements, and it can be sometimes, and it can be very daunting on you to be able to be required to abide by it. Okay, and then when you are using targeting using the AI to target the advertisement, tenant screening, and legal prioritization of pricing recommendations, you must have to particularly cautious about using AI, and you have to be able to use abide by the real estate law, FEHA, the holding laws, and the fair housing and lending laws. So this is a lot of things to consider. Okay, but using AI doesn't exempt you from all those requirements, so you still ultimately be responsible for it. And also you have to respect other people's privacy, their trademarks, and their intellectual property rights, and their consumer information. And if they have some information contained in the AI documents, and you really have to be careful. You either have to redact it or you modify it and not showing it, and it's very important. And then there's right now the very serious things about the unauthorized practice of law and reliance on AI-generated legal contents. A lot of attorneys nowadays using the AIs to do their pleadings, to do their motions, and quoting the case laws and stuff like that, without actually checking the validity of those things. And this can be very serious. And a lot some judges has already reprimanded the lawyers who did that, and without really checking the validity of their legal content. So this is very important, and that will happen to the real estate agents too. If they're quoting something and which is not true legally, they can be in violations of state laws or federal laws or the rules and regulations of the LE. So be very careful. So the best practice for responsible AI use is that I have to understand the AI limitation, and that evaluate what the AI can actually do and what it can not do, and be aware of that. And also you maintain human oversight. That is very important. You have to know what you are asking for, and you have to know whether the information they produce by the AI is accurate or not. And then you should implement written policy and training brokers to apply by the to adopt policy to governing the AI use, and then you should document it in the in your files, and then you document any compliance steps, making records showing that AI outputs will review and verify for accuracy and compliant with the law. That's important too. This is all like the constant monitoring of using AI as your assistants. And then lastly, you have to stay informed of the evolving law. And you have to be aware that AI is very, very new, and it hasn't reached a steady state yet, and it's always evolving, and there's a lot of laws that are evolving to govern the use of AI. And I'm sure that there's plenty of things that are coming out to regulate the artificial intelligence use. So we have to be aware of all the laws that governs that, and like it or not, you just have to be aware of those new laws. Okay, so that is all I have to share, and just make sure that that the DLE, the update, I want you to be aware of that from time to time. Okay, any questions regarding the new update with the DLE? Wow, what time is it?
I just want to say that those classes for your relicensing are free through West San Gabriel Board. If you're a member there, I'm sure Arcadia has the same thing, but I just took it. I went through the free course at the West San Gabriel at your own pace on your own computer. Yeah. Okay,
great. Is it easy to do, Michelle?
Yeah, it is, but I'm telling you, you better start really early because it is a lot, but I had started a year ago, so I was fine because there's a lot of, there's a lot of classes that you've got to complete. And I guess you can start anytime in the 4 years coming up to your next license, you can start taking classes. So I'll probably do that this time. I'll do it like 3 years out. Just I can take, X amount of classes a year. That's the easy way. Yeah.
It's a good idea. Okay. All right. Any questions? Any questions for Michelle and I? Okay. If not, then I'll see you next week. Have a pleasant week. Okay, everybody. See you.
Have a great week.
See you, Nicole.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank